All right, 6th grade, we're at 6.2, fractions with common denominators, page 295 in your book. So let's go there. Everybody open up your book to page 295. I have put together, if we put a line right here, our vocabulary and the key concept for this one, and I'll write down there at the bottom. Mixed number, again, is a number that has a fraction and a whole number. It's bigger than 1. Something like 2 3/4 is called a mixed number. An improper fraction is where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. And it would look something like this, 9/7. That is bigger than the denominator, and that one is bigger than 1 too, an improper fraction. So let's take a look. We have a key concept box. Words, adding fractions with common denominators. To add two fractions with common denominators, write the sum of the numerators over the denominators. So let's take a look at that in numbers. 2/7 plus 4/7. So write this down as your example. Okay, it told us to write the sum of the numerators, that's the top number, so that's 6 over the denominator, 6/7. We don't add the bottoms, the parts stay the same size. It's just the size, how many of those parts is what changes. And then the algebra, they have a over c plus b over c. So we would add the tops, a plus b, and leave them over c. So get that down, and let's go to the first example. 3/5 plus 4/5. Notice they add the 3 and the 4, and the 5 stays the same. Now check this out. We end up with what's called, in our vocabulary, an improper fraction. That is not simplified. When we are dealing with fractions, we always need to simplify. An improper fraction is not in simplest form. So basically, fractions are just division problems. So in other words, to get from here to here, we are just taking 7 divided by 5. You can write the division problem out, or you can just think it. How many times will 5 go into 7? That's once. And then you would subtract, and there would be 2 left over. And you take that remainder, and you write that as the numerator, and the divisor is the denominator. Or you can just think it. 5 goes into 7 once. If you take 5 away from 7, you have 2 left over. That would be 1 2/5. Okay, now the next part, we're moving to subtracting. So to subtract fractions with common denominators, you write the difference of the numerators over the denominators. So here's the example, 5/9 minus 1/9. So we see it's a subtraction sign, a difference. So 5 minus 1 is 4 over 9. So you just subtract them. So a over c minus b over c equals a minus b over c. That's it. So let's subtract 1. 7/10 minus 3/10. So you do 7 minus 3, which is 4. And if you look at 4/10, that is not in simplest form because you can divide it 2. I always put the number over here on the side. Some of you I know put over here, but I usually just put the number right here. So 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. So that simplifies down to 2/5. So let's do some. Here we go. We got common denominators, so we just add the tops, and the bottom stays the same. And then you simplify if possible. We don't have to because 8/9 cannot get any smaller. Nothing can go into 8 and into 9. So here we add, we get 11/7, and that's an improper fraction. So how many times will 7 go into 11? 1 whole time with 4 left over. So it'd be 1 4/7. 5/8 plus 1/8. We add, 5 plus 1 is 6 over 8, and I see I can divide both of those by 2. So the answer comes out to be 3/4. And you have to be careful. Some people forget to simplify their fractions. There we go. So 9/10 plus 3/10 is 12/10. It's an improper fraction, so let's think. How many times will 10 go into 12 1 whole time with 2 left over? And then check out that fraction. A 2 can still go into the numerator and the denominator. So you leave the 1 alone. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So it's 1 and 1/5. Now it's 5/6 minus 1/6, so we subtract our numerators. We get 4/6. We see 2 can go into both of those, so it's 2/3. 7/12 minus 5/12, so 7 minus 5 is 2. We have the 12, and it's going to be 1/6. 6/7 minus 3/7. 6 minus 3 is 3/7. And look, finally one we don't have to simplify. 8/9 minus 2/9. 8 minus 2 is 6/9. And 3 can go into both of those. So that's going to be 2/3. So you're just adding, subtracting, and then just recognizing when you need to simplify. So let's check out some real life situation. You and your mom are baking. The recipe uses 5/8 cup of raisins. You only have 3/8 cup of raisins. How many more cups do you need? So you have 5/8. Take away how much you have, or this is what you need, minus what you have. So then that reduces to 1/4. So you still need 1/4 cup of raisins. There they are, and then they subtract it. So example number 4, which is a, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to drop that, standardized test practice. The bobsled track in Inglis, Austria is 19/25 of a mile. The track in Lillehammer, Norway is 6/25 a mile longer. How would you find the length of the track in Lillehammer? Well, if it's longer, don't you add it? I think so. I'm going to say B. Let's see what they say. Yep. It didn't tell us we needed to. Yep, it's B. So number 9, it says, what if in example 3, suppose the recipe uses 7/8 cup of raisins, how many more cups of raisins do you need? So it uses 7/8, and you had, how much do we have? We have 3/8. So 7 minus 3 is 4/8, and that 4 can go into both of those is 1/2. 1/2 cup of raisins. So you're just doing the arithmetic, and make sure you reduce your fractions or simplify. Sometimes I say that's reducing. It means the same thing. And that's it. We will see you next time.